Can't wait forever. Hey, this is That's My Take podcast. I am Nug, the narrator. First of all thanks to all 50 of my new subscribers. Yes, I got 50 subscribers as of right now. We building this thing up slow. At the same time, I want to add value and be a source of entertainment. And if I do that, I feel like I done my job with this podcast, with this show, with this creative thing that I got going on right now. Let me adjust. There we go. I put my camera back some because it was like making some movement on my laptop, but I do got a webcam, and as you can see, the mic. Okay, you can see my whole little setup right here, my notes. But now we're gonna get right into it, man. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Um, it's crazy, man. I relaunched this podcast with all intentions of using it for like a therapy type thing, because like I was disconnected from the world for many years due to many different reasons, but at the same time, I always handled my business. So with that being said, I wanted to redo the podcast, but I wanted to do it a little bit more professional. If you feel me, my first album was titled The Professional. So if you new to me, I'm a former rapper. I'm a failed rapper. I didn't really make the Billboard and all that, but made a lot of music. Love creating. Um, Now I'm doing this podcast, and we about to get into it. Shout out to the fam. Forever amongst made men. Forever about making money. Shout out to everybody that's with me. You know, like you got a lot of people that say they with you, but that don't mean they with you. So the people that's really with me, shout y'all out. The people that's not, that's cool. Go find you another podcast and podcaster. But right now you got Nug the narrator. And let's get into this. First up, world news. I don't know why world news. Every time I go to do research on world news, is usually something sad. I be trying to get a good world news story that's uplifting, that's nice, and yeah, I don't know. First thing I see is Morocco earthquake. The death toll has risen to nearly 2,900, with over 2,500 people injured. 6.8 magnitude earthquake, bro. Like that's a big one. That's a big earthquake. Obviously, we pray for those that lost their lives. We pray the recovery is a fast one, and you can't stop Mother Nature. Or maybe you can. Some people believe the government control clouds and shit. I ain't one of them, but I'm just saying. People believe what they believe, so I don't know. Maybe somebody think that somebody made that earthquake, but I don't believe that. I don't listen to that. A natural disaster just happens, and maybe later in life I could learn that I'm wrong, but right now that's the side I'm on. But the people of Morocco, definitely we sending prayers. And again, world news, like I don't never get no good shit, like good stories. Take for instance this next story. A U.S. explorer trapped 1,000 meters deep in Turkey may be rescued today. And this article came out, which was crazy. And y'all can look this up right now. It says September 12th in the article, but the data 11th. So I don't know if it's the 12th in Turkey already. Could be. I ain't gonna say I'm no genius and that smart. When my top went to my highlight. That's gonna wear the shit out of me too. Just keeping it real. But anyway, I lost my top to my highlighter. But yeah, some dude from America, explorer, trapped deep in Turkey, 100 meters below the earth. I really hope he is rescued. I really do. At the same time, don't know what's going on, bro. Like, really don't know, man. Like, don't know. Sorry, I had a text come through. I am a real estate agent. I do real estate, but this podcast is not about real estate. This is me to get away from real estate. This is a way for me to unwind and really be Nug. Like Nug is really my nickname since a small 3, 4 months, 6 month year old baby. I've been Nug, so that's me. And I'm just now I'm narrating. Moving on. Obviously, it's 9/11. The U.S. marks this day with the attacks on the Pentagon and the World Trade Center. They got a lot of side events. And we just was kind of speaking on this conspiracy theory shit. I know a lot of people think this 9/11 plane shit was whatever. I don't know. Like, I remember where I was when I saw it. I think I saw the second plane. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I was half asleep. I had a girlfriend over. I'll never forget it. And the news was like on or whatever. So I'm in bed, like, and I'm like, damn, what am I watching? So then when I finally get my wits about me, probably smoked a blunt or something, I realized what was going on. But I remember where I was when that happened. And I honestly do not have the best memory. So for me to remember exactly where I was on 9/11, that had to be historic. But yeah, they got site events planned at these different spots to memorialize that. Um, I really ain't got no take on that one, bro. Cause like 1 minute I am all about the conspiracy theories, but the next minute I'm like, that motherfucker just took some planes. Fuck, what can and went crashed them bitches. I don't know. I'm just a civilian. Like I ain't military. I don't know nothing about much except hip hop, New Orleans shit, and tennis. What else? I guess real estate. What I'm saying is I ain't into no deep society. I'm not a member of this frat or this secret society. I'm like a regular laid back dude, like for real. No bullshit. Moving on to U.S. news. Again, news just sad. That's why I don't know. I'm thinking about dropping news and just doing sports and hip hop and fashion because news made me feel bad. But anyway, the U.S. news. Moving on. The FDA signs off on the updated COVID-19 vaccines that targeting the circulating variants. The COVID-19 cases um, have risen, and masks are back on the table. My take on that shit is like it's an airborne virus or whatever. So obviously it could rise or it could not rise, but clean, stay clean, wash your hands, all that shit. Like I don't really like being around a lot of people as I get older in life. So if I ain't gotta be in no crowd, I'm not in no crowd. Like I'm not. So for the most part, I don't go out no more. I just be chilling. I got a son, he 13. I'm making sure his ass ain't fucking around like fucking too early or on drugs. Like stay a baseball player, stay a kid as long as you can. Do not jump off that porch like we say in New Orleans. And I ain't saying I was like this crazy guy, but at the same time, shit, I fucked too early. I done drugs too early. I drunk alcohol too early. I gambled too early. Fuck it. Yeah, back to the COVID-19. Wash your hands, 6 feet if you can. Try not to fuck with people. I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's just my take on the COVID-19 thing. Moving on, CNN reports that Americans have never been wealthier. Now, I don't know if it's another America, if I'm in an America that's not America, or I'm in a damn, what they call that shit, a matrix. But in my America, I don't see nobody just getting richer. Like, I don't know. I'm looking around, but the report from CNN, like I say, this is purely for entertainment. I pull this shit out the internet just like you could pull it out. I just spit it in a way I want to spit the news and give a take on it or sports or whatever. But CNN say that we as Americans have never been wealthier. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't go as deep as to read the article and all this because I ain't got time for that. But it kind of struck me as a clickbait. Like, what you mean America's richer? I know that motherfuckers who do eggs, they richer. Because when the eggs went to fucking $9 a carton, they saw some profits. I mean, I know that, but who the fuck else getting rich? Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be negative about the story. It's just for me looking at the shit I see. I don't see nobody like getting wealthier. They say the word wealth. So again, it felt like clickbait to me saying then. Moving on. Prosecutors will seek to indict Hunter Biden this month after a plea deal on tax charges fell apart. Sound like they tried to give him a deal. He tried to not take it. Now they about to try to officially indict him. That's the president, Joe Biden's son. Got a little shady history with a lot of different things, but don't we all? But I'm not the president's son. So as the president's son, you got to deal with all your shady shit and the public knowing all your shady shit and caring about all your shady shit. So it was a headline, and my take is on it is, hey, the feds got you, they got you. You know, it ain't no getting around that part. Like, let's not play crazy here, whoever you are. Get lawyered up, and I don't know. You might have should have took the deal, maybe. I don't know. Moving on, and really, I kind of wanted to do this story a little later, but the way it's still under U.S. news, it's gonna feel like sports. But if you're a business minded person, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's still kind of keeping it on the business. Disney and Charter. I don't know how many Charter subscribers we got out there watching or may watch in the future, but they ain't have ESPN for like a week, 2 weeks now. But a last minute deal to avoid the Monday night football blackout on, I guess, those cable networks has came, and they reached an agreement. So all the Spectrum Charter users, and I don't know what all fall under. I know Spectrum fall under Charter because I hear all the people complaining about it. But all those people can watch the game. That's pretty much by the kickoff in 9 minutes. Um, Jets and Bills. I love football. We're about to get into sports in a hot minute, but right now we go segment over to I can't make this shit up news. Listen, this is a segment that I enjoy because I really go looking for some crazy ass stories. I double check them before I bring them to the internet in the podcast because I know motherfuckers say anything for clickbait, which we just talked about. But I can't make this shit up news. That's gonna be an official segment on the podcast. Now I don't know if world news and U.S. news gonna get bumped, but right now, listen, I love this story. All right. Remember, I can't make this shit up news. This shit really happened. Okay, so a robbery suspect who eluded capturing in a vehicle, on a bike, and on a sailboat was finally arrested. A Vermont armed robbery suspect who police said eluded capture in the past week in a vehicle, a stolen bike, on foot, and in a stolen sailboat has been finally arrested after he was spotted in a kayak on the river. Listen, Eric, I ain't gonna say your last name, Eric, even though it's on the internet, I ain't no hater. Eric, look, you was 52. You was wanted on accusations of robbery of a store in Burlington on the 24th. Again, all this is alleged. You had a impeding and assaulted two police officers. So that means you got away. Oh, and theft of a sailboat and vehicle. So when you got away, you just went straight haywire. Like you was doing the most. That's what happened. E. When you say robbery suspect who eluded capture in a vehicle, on a bike, in a sailboat, he was trying to get the fuck away. I don't care what nobody's saying. Look, man, I applaud you. They say he was arrested. Again, all this is alleged. I'm no judge. I'm no jury. I'm just telling you, like, this was one that I'm like, yeah, yeah. They finally found him. What, on a kayak? He was spotted on a kayak on the river. Like, dude wasn't playing with y'all, man. He was not playing with y'all, man. All right, moving on to sports. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I love sports. Not saying that the previous two, well, not the one before the previous three segments all ain't served a purpose, but sports is where my heart at. So maybe, I might be a sportscaster in a past life. I don't know. Cause think about it. If you was in a past life, you don't know what the fuck you was if you believe in that. So with that being said, anything I think of, fuck it. Maybe I was this in a past life if I believe that. So moving on to sports, Kim Mulkey, LSU's women's basketball coach, she agreed to a 10-year contract, 32 M's. I love it. Go Tigers. Hey, you win, you get bread. It's simple. It's not no way around it. Like SEC got bread, they make a lot of money, they got a lot of money. The best players play in the SEC. I know that might not be for every sport, but I know I'm talking mainly football. Basketball, we usually have a SEC team up there or whatever as well. Baseball, definitely. You're going to the pros if you play baseball in the SEC and you're balling. That's a given. So yeah, I applaud it. Coach get paid. Coach get paid. Thursday, the NFL kicked off. Chiefs, Lions. Obviously, Chiefs was a heavy favorite. Lions whooped that ass. And I ain't going to say whooped that ass because it was 21-0. But for the Lion fans out there to beat the Chiefs on opening day, they're going to have some kid 6, 7, 8 years old in Detroit that'll never forget that game. That's what I mean by kick that ass. Like 21-20, that was the final score, but at the same time, who picked Detroit to win besides Detroit, people from the D, and Detroit fans? I guess a good sports bookie or something, but I'm not him. I definitely was going Chiefs. I ain't gonna tell no bullshit. I don't bet week one either, but at the same time, if I would have bet, I would have bet Chiefs. I mean, who wouldn't have? Moving on to tennis. Coco Golf, the 19-year-old American, wins her first U.S. Open title. Black excellence, women's tennis star. We need another one. I'm not just saying black or white. As a tennis fan, saying some of these names of these folks in these other countries ain't the easiest thing to do. So, I mean, Coco kind of relate more than something knocking the Nova or whatever. Like, it's just you gotta think. It ain't just a color thing. Coco is good for American tennis. Period. Sip on it plain. And I congratulate her on her first of many titles. She's a great player at a great time. One of my favorite players is Osaka, and Osaka is on the way back. Naomi, I believe. She on the way back, so I look forward to them two battling for a couple years at least. I'm a former tennis player. I went to college on a tennis scholarship because of tennis. I'm in a whole nother state with a whole nother life because I went on a tennis scholarship to the unknown of the unknown. Because I ain't know shit about Montgomery, Alabama, but the shit you see in the history books, and that's only like 0.008 of Montgomery's story. But yeah, I said all that to say that tennis is a big part of my life. So yes, I'm glad to see she won. Djokovic won on the other side. I was happy for him. I could even say Djokovic because he wins so much. I could just spit that one out, Djokovic, like because he a beast. He won on the male side. His 24th championship, a major championship, and he had on the Kobe Bryant shirt, which I really love. If you know me, it's Dion, Kobe, then Mike as my top three athletes. Just personal preference. Obviously, Mike is the greatest basketball player ever. I just feel like that Kobe A and and Kobe is a Jordan A1 or Jordan 2.0 or and I know he mimicked a lot of Jordan, but Kobe was a killer. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, and a champion. Moving on to NFL, Joe Burrow and the Bengals agreed to the highest extension in NFL history. 275 million with 19 million of that guaranteed. In the first game of the season, he let the Browns touch that ass. I think he had like less than 90 yards passing. Obviously, that's some shit that's not gonna happen. I am a Burrow fan, but I'm just keeping it real. Like that first game, the Browns touched that ass, and Gary got that ass a few times, and yeah, bro, like you ain't look too good out there. Like I just said, the Browns upset the Bengals. Alabama lost to Texas. Gotta mention, I did go to that game. If you saw my short, my son and I did attend that game where we met up with family members and had a great time. Half the time, the second half, we actually sat in the parents section. And my son, he a huge Bama fan, so if you look at the pictures, if you follow some of the pics and shit, and me walking up to the stadium, he got on his Bama gear, like he repped it to the end. Like even bought a damn hoodie after the game while we was outside waiting on the Texas buses. Cause like I said, I got a family member number 88 for Texas. That's a dog. Like he was everywhere. The game changed when he jumped off the line and came at the quarterback. He didn't get his ass all the time, but he disrupted a lot in that game. And big game for him on a big stage. And Texas came out with the win. Uh, shit. His mama literally was the loudest person. My cousin Selena, listen, the loudest person in the parent section up there. And they put them all the way up there in the stadium. I can't lie, the stadium was live. Like last time I went was a Texas A&M game, and I don't think they had the light show. The lights, they can't lie. It was worth it. I had a good time. My voice still a little messed up because it was live. The game was live. I'm definitely not a Bama fan, so I was happy with the outcome. For real, for real. And I think Texas is now ranked fourth. Bama dropped to 11th, if I'm looking at my notes right. And yeah, Texas will be in the SEC next year. So hey, we'll see this battle a lot. For real. Colorado. How can I not mention Prime? How can I not mention Prime when I just told y'all Prime is my favorite athlete? Then Kobe, then MJ, in that order. Prime defeated Nebraska, man. Prime 2-0, man. Prime got them boys ranked 18, man. Today, right now, Colorado Buffaloes is a program in college football. And they only won one game last year, so he doubled their win percentage. So you can't even much question anything from this point on. I'm not saying he's going to go 2-8, but even if he do, he doubled the wins from the program last year. That's nice. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Tampa Bay upset the Vikings with Baker Mayfield. My Saints, I know you see the hat. My Saints pulled off a win, 16-15 over the Titans. I'm not gonna lie and act like I saw the game all day yesterday. I was being an assistant coach to my son's travel ball team, which I normally do in the fall on Sundays when we have tournaments. They don't usually be every Sunday, but it'd be like 2 times out the month Sunday. And with that being said, I didn't see none of the game. I followed the game just like I followed the other games that I love NFL. But we won, so that's good. I did say I wanted to see the YouTube highlight of the game, which I will. But at the same time, I want to kind of see the low lights too. So I don't know what I want to look at, but I at least want to see what they look like. I'm always rooting for them, but no, I did not watch the game. I was assistant coaching / glorified dugout / water boy for the Alabama Firehawks 14U. I gotta give them a shout out, even though we got our ass kicked this weekend. Moving on, Michael Irvin, he is back on the NFL Network. After selling with Marriott, terms were not disclosed. I feel like he sued him for 100 mil. In my opinion, he got 30 out of him, maybe 40 after the lawyers. He gonna leave with like 20, a cool 22, just for them playing with him. And he got his job back at the NFL immediately. You know what I'm saying? Don't accuse folks of shit like that, especially somebody with his type of wild ass background in the Marriott. Pay up. You got it. Pay up. You lost. Well, actually, you already know you lost because you settled with the man. And I'm gonna say 40. Maybe. Because you probably came with something, or he probably came with something, but y'all finally agree with around 40. You like the lawyers go get theirs, yeah, but he gonna walk away with a nice bag. He in a he in a great space, let me tell it. He in a great fucking space, let me tell it. Let Marriott fuck around with me. Nah, closing segment is always. Closing segment is always. And I know y'all like, damn, he kind of blew through this episode. Well, he just also said he loved football and he going to watch Monday Night Football. 4 minutes late. He love y'all too, but at the same time, um, it is what it is. Like one of my favorite shows on YouTube. But no, right back at it. On this day in history, obviously 9/11 happened. 2001, we know about that. I kind of covered that already, so I didn't want to just jump on that. Um, couple parallels in history happened. I don't remember the exact year, but the Pentagon started building. It started its building on 9/11, and I guess that was in the early 1900s or something. But the Pentagon, I think it said 41. I don't remember the exact date of the Pentagon being built, so I won't know it alls to say, well, he don't even know the date. Well, I don't know the fucking date. Nah, but I didn't want to go with that because that kind of felt 9/11-ish as well. So I went with what this is. 1915? No, sorry, not 1915. 1898, sorry. September 11th. First electric telegram was used. It was called Merchants Exchange. Well, sorry, it came from Merchants Exchange, San Francisco to Mount Lobos, California. The thing about the telegram is, in a quick history lesson, and I got some shit jotted down, but I also want to give my take on the telegram and why I went with the telegram in terms of this day in history. It was the YouTube, it was the Instagram, it was the Twitter, it was the MySpace, it was the text messaging, it was the way people communicated, and it brought this world, this huge world, even closer, like businesses and shit like that. And getting to my notes, the telegram is important in history because due to transmitting information quickly over long distances, the telegram facilitated the growth in railroads, consolidated financial and commodities markets, and reduced information costs. That's huge. So I wanted to give it up for the Telegram. And Moist Code, I believe, was a little bit before the Telegram. The guy last name was Moist. That's where you get the word Moist Code from. But yeah, and that was just dots. That wasn't actually lettering or transcribed shit that they could get transcribed from one place to another, precursing shit. Like I just said, all the shit I listed. Like you honestly, the Telegram was the internet of his day. Real talk, like it's big, it's huge. So I wanted to definitely touch on that. I do want to thank y'all. I didn't want to rush job y'all, but at the same time, if y'all remember last week, I had pretty much about the same amount of notes because when I print this shit off, I see that some of it's on the back, and I never had like 2 pages of notes. It's always, I meant to say, a page of notes and some stuff on the back note. So I definitely didn't shortchange y'all. It's just shorter show, but I am gonna leave y'all with some music and thank y'all. And please tell a friend to subscribe if you can, like, hit the notification, all that good stuff us podcasters say to help build our channel. And I want to thank y'all. Oh, forgot honorable mention, big bro, my brother, Paul called in the Star Report and did an excellent job. You can look forward to him calling in my show as well pretty soon, discussing his life, trials and tribulations. If you saw the show that I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to give it away. But the Star Report show was about minors having to be taken out of Angola State Penitentiary. My brother done 33 years down there, so I figured who better to call in than him. So with that said, he called in. He done an excellent job, and I definitely publicly thank him, and I thanked him privately for that. But yeah, I want to leave everybody with a song because I still, like I say, believe all this music got to be used somehow, and we gonna just let it go. Juvie really like popularized this format, and I'm forever influenced by it. Yeah. Down bad, down bad, down bad. Check my levels. Yeah. I hear him talk about bags, real life, shit be sad, down bad. I forgot to ball up my paper. That's my little thing. After I do my shit, I ball my paper. Ain't no love out here, success, only thing that they feel, down bad. Fam shit. I'm going to watch the game in a second, though, for real, though. Thank y'all for tuning in. Ran in my spot, niggas down bad. Got some ones a little pot, niggas down bad. Got the guns in the bands, down bad. Just had to laugh out, lames down bad. Same snakes on their ass, not down bad. Know they fake niggas hate shit, down bad. Forever get the cake, never down bad. Pockets stay straight. All that, never down bad. Y'all have a good night, still man. Still cutting the lean, niggas down bad. Synthetic ass weed, niggas down bad. See it in their eyes,